The graph shows the variation of displacement with time for a particle undergoing simple harmonic motion. Select the graph that correctly shows the variation of velocity with time. So I'll first do this using A-level maths, so using differentiation and integration. I'll then do it by not using A-level maths, using gradients. I've explained both of these methods in more detail in a previous video. I'll put a link in the description. So starting with the A-level maths method involving differentiation and integration, displacement differentiates to make velocity. So we have displacement here, we want to work out velocity, so therefore we want to differentiate the function for our displacement. The function in this case is sine, so let's call this sine t. Sine differentiates to make cos, so therefore our answer would be A. We can also do this using gradients, so looking at the graph, the gradient of this graph tells us the velocity. Gradient of a displacement time graph gives us the y-coordinates for a velocity time graph. Initially, the gradient is a max positive value, so therefore the velocity, the y-coordinate for the velocity time graph, should be a max positive value. That again corresponds to A. None of the other graphs have a max positive y value to begin with, so that tells us already our option is A, but I will go through a few more points. So looking then at the next point, the peak over here, the gradient is 0, and therefore the y-coordinate for the velocity time graph will also be 0. One more point over here, the gradient is a max negative value, and therefore the y-coordinate for the velocity time graph should be a max negative value. So that agrees with option A. That is our final answer.